Oh, hello folks. Sam Owens here with another product, and this time it's a OHD wireless PTZIP camera, SD4. This is it. This is all the parts that come with it. Now you're going to require, to make this operate, a smartphone and a Wi-Fi. I happen to have a hotspot from Verizon called a Jetpack, so it doesn't have a LAN cable connection in it, and that's one thing you need. But I do have a Wi-Fi extender which will allow me to connect into the internet with a LAN connection. That's what this requires. There's a cable right here. Here is the LAN connection, and it's part of the setup and operation of the cameras. Let's go over what we get. We get the camera right here, and we get this is the power connection, and this is the LAN connection right here. This is an outdoor camera, so it can survive the weather and everything. And you also get a power supply. You get a LAN cable that is going to connect from here to the your modem. Now if you have a regular Wi-Fi modem, then this will connect to it. You need to have all of this near your Wi-Fi connection area to set it up, and then you can go and mount it wherever you want. Okay, as part of the mount, you get this right here, which is going to be where you're going to mount it on a wall, what have you, and it goes underneath here, and this mounts the bottom part, so it will hang on that. Once you got to mount that first, and then there's two screws up there. I'm going to show the mounting of it later. There's a little template right here which is going to help you identify the holes. You put it, like I'm going to put mine right there. All right, you get a warning here. You get a quick setup guide, which it tells you the basics of how to get started, but not every little step. Actually, it tells you how to connect to the app. Then the app has its own instructions as you go along. You get an antenna here, and this thing can be tilted and moved, and goes right there. We'll hook that up. You get a little screwdriver, but I'm going to use a power drill myself. Okay, show you how the mounting, because I need to have it stable so we can work with it and have it, you can see it work. So the first thing we got to do is, like I said, you put this up here, and you can put a little hole in there, a pencil mark or a point, a pen or something or other to make your little holes. And then I've already got mine. Take your screws, and I'm only, like I say, going to do a couple. And this goes in with this side. That goes against your surface. And this is the bottom right here. So just try it out. It fits right in here, and that's how it looks, okay? I get my drill. And this is that smaller Phillips, and it's sharper. If you use the number 2, a regular Phillips, it's just going to grind a hole. It's going to strip the head out. Okay, so I go right here, and I've already adjusted these holes to their proper position. And I've already pre-drilled them right there. Okay. Assume I put the other screw in, and then I put this up, and what this allows you to do is kind of temporarily have it there, and it's secure. I'm going to use the quick setup guide because that's what I need and you will need. First thing is they show you all the components that you get, and I have them all. They're just not showing that little waterproof cover for the cord. This is naming all of the parts of it so you can get familiar, the lens and the LEDs, microphone, and right here there's a little cover, and I've already taken it off to save time right here, and there's two teeny screws, Phillips screws. It takes a little screwdriver like this, so you need this to get that cover off. And what you'll find behind the cover, and I'm going to show you, is a micro SD card slot and a reset button. So we need to know that, and the way you do that, and you can't hurt this if you move it around. There is the place that they're showing you, just like that, telling us the size. But I usually use on a camera like this a 64 gig. And then when it will go, it'll go spring loaded, and that's the correct way. Okay, you want the pins up, the shiny pins, the writing down, just like this, okay? Now, the reset button is right there, and you're going to need something like a paper clip or something if you need to reset the camera. Let's say that you want to change the Wi-Fi or something, then you would have to reset the camera. So we save time. Okay, now put this over here. I'm holding the screw in there with the screwdriver, and I'm making sure I don't cross thread it. I don't put it in tight. Now we go over to the next point, which is number 3, and it says setting up your camera, wired connection via the Foscam app, recommended. So they're saying this is the setup that you should follow. There is another setup, and I'll just kind of briefly point that out in a moment, but we're going to do this setup the way they recommend it. And before you get started, they say scan the QR code below to download and install the Foscam app. We need an app to operate this camera. Okay, there is the app, the way it's going to look and get. We want to get it. One other instruction, double click to install. Now it's going through its downloading. It finally completed downloading and it's to the open point. But now we're going to leave it at that point and go back to the instructions, and they're going to give us other points to do before we need the app. Move the camera up because we're going to follow the next step. Wired connection. Please tighten the antenna clockwise and make sure it's in the vertical position. So right there is vertical. It can tilt. So I take it right up here is the screw in point. Make sure you get her started good and screw it all the way in until it's tight. And there, that's nice and tight. Second step under the wired connection, connect the camera to your router with an Ethernet cable. To connect the camera to an Ethernet location, any one of these it can go to. So you take this and just plug it right in. It'll only go one way until it clicks, and then it shouldn't pull out. And you plug it into this part, the big one. Little is portable, or that's the power. Okay, and it'll only go one way until it clicks. The next step, plug the power adapter into the camera and then wait for about 1 minute. And then it says make sure your smartphone is connected to the same Wi-Fi network as the camera. Open the Foscam app and please register a Foscam account or sign in if you have one already. We don't have one, so I'm going to have to create an account. I'm going to click this, and then I have to put the country, and I want for them to have my location while I'm using the app. Now I'm going to find the United States. There's the United States, and that's my region. And then you got to click next. And now I'm ready to create my account, and it's asking for an email. So select the email that you want to use. Write this down so that you don't forget. Okay, I got my email and I got my password, and you can always check by pushing that. It will show you your password to be sure you got it correct, so you don't store one that you misspell something or put something wrong. Okay, now we're ready to click start up. You can subscribe to these things, but you got to accept the privacy notice and terms of service, and then you can sign up. The activation email has been sent to your mailbox. Please activate the account and log in. Now it said log in, so when we activate it, we're finally going to have to go back to the app and log in. We'll do that. Now when you go to your email, you'll find a message welcoming you to the app, and in large letters, activate account, and you click on it, and then after a little bit you get a successful completion. You go to the app and then you'll bring it up, and this time you're going to click sign in when you put your information. So let me put my information in. Okay, now once you have signed in and I'm ready, and here I am at this screen, it says after logging into Foscam app, select tap to add a camera or the plus icon on the upper right hand corner, then select scan the QR code and scan the QR code that's labeled at the bottom of your cam. And I will be able to, because it's right up underneath there. Add a cam. I'm going to add right here, and then it says please power on the device. Some models, da-de-da. Okay. I want to click this one. They said click the scan the QR code. So I click that. Foscam would like to access the camera. Okay. And now I hold this up underneath. There. All it's got to do is get enough. You heard that click. Device landing. Please do not exit the app or turn off the device during the process. The device has not connected to the Wi-Fi network. Okay, we've got to configure the Wi-Fi. Not be able to watch live video if the network cable is unplugged now. It is recommended to configure Wi-Fi for the device. So we're going to configure it. No Wi-Fi configuration, and now it's going to set it up. Okay, what I have to do is select mine. Right there is my Wi-Fi. I'm going to click this one, and now I put my password, which is the same for my Wi-Fi hotspot. This is the first time for me with this, and it's working so far good. Device added successfully. Yeah, and you're going to do it too. Please set the device name. Well, it defaults to my camera. I'm going to just call it SamCam. Or let's see, yeah. SamCam, and let's see. I can make it whatever I want, but I'm not going to put it in any room, so I'm just going to do done. It is recommended to set the device name to a combination of English letters, numbers if you use a smart speaker. Okay, anyway. Yep. Okay. It says device added successfully. Please set the name. Okay, save. That's all I have to do. You could pick a room there if you want. Okay, again, it had another form up that they wanted me to add a camera name, a login name for the camera, and a new password, and enter it twice, and I did. And now it comes, there's the camera right there, you can see. And it's asking cloud service if I want to sign up for it. I do not need, and I click that, and I'm going to do confirm. You don't have to have the cloud service you got that memory card in the back, so I just take the memory card out when I want to inspect something. Okay, and there's the camera right there, and the top of my head, you can see it's working. I am connected. I just want to show you that you can do this. You saw how easy it was. There was no mistakes, no difficulty. And now here's the date, and we're going to see what some settings are. Right here, this right here is going to allow me to move the camera. Now I'm going to stand back here, and I'm going to move it. I want to move it the other way, and if I hold it, you see, and I can move it up. Let's see, that's as far as it's going to go up, and it's going to go down. Then I can go this way, and up. Now let me see if I have a zoom in there. Oh, right here. Let's zoom out. Are you seeing this? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That's as far as I zoomed out. But if I get my head out of the way and get over here, now we'll see what I can do. I can take a picture of my car right there. Let's go down just a little bit to get more of the front grille. Right there, that's a good one. And I'm going to take a photo. You hear that snap? Capture successfully. Save to the albums. And later I can look at the albums. Oh, and here's a focus button. We'll have to play with that with details and stuff. And right here is video. Let's check some video out. Now, as soon as I record, you see it's going right there, 4 seconds. It's recording that video right now, and then later I can go to my albums and look at the picture and the video. Now I'm going to stop the recording just by clicking that, and that stops it. Now I'm going to go look for my album. Let's see if this shows it. Ah, there's the album. You just click on it and you can see your album. There's 2 photos, and then I can go right here. That's a video. Okay, that's the video I was just playing or making just a little bit ago. So they're all there in that album, and there it's playing. Okay, we haven't got it to where you can dial into it. This is only working with the app to the camera. So I do it at home. I can sit here and I could just operate the camera this way when I wanted to see what was going on outside or wherever I have it installed. There's more to do once we get past this point. Okay, we've connected to the Wi-Fi and we are set. It says we've registered and we've added the camera, and now we're at the point where it says there are 2 options in the following step. Please pay attention to choose the corresponding adding method. Now there's one where you're going to use the cable all the time connected, and that's this one. If you want to use the other one, which is without the cable, the second one, it says right here, let's see. Configuring for Wi-Fi, in other words, without using this, you can unplug it, and then it says after you set it up under those conditions, you can remove the Ethernet cable. So one works with the Ethernet cable and one doesn't. That is the step we did without me realizing it. I went ahead after I scanned it. I configured Wi-Fi and selected my Wi-Fi setting. And so the other one, the second one, you skip it and hit skip, and you don't select one. That's the difference between the two. So we selected this one, and it says camera added successfully. name has been set, and we did that. And now we're at this point. If the added, oh, let me see. Let me make sure I got to the right place. Yep, 7.2. If the adding process fails, please reset your camera and try adding again according to the above method. So you know where the reset button is, right in there. You got to take that cover off. Now, 8, tapping on the play button in the video box will jump to the camera login setting interface. For your security, please set a new username and password. We did that too. I didn't realize this as I was doing it. Nothing told me that. So now I'm reading it for the first time, and you see that as I do those steps of adding the camera and selecting a new username, it's all part of this. So just remember, Sam jumped ahead all in one big step. So we're past this point and we've submitted it, and I have a new camera name and password. And then the next step, 8, is after completing the above steps, all of the ones we've did, well, we're working the camera. You can begin using your camera. If you choose to install 7.2, that's that other one where you don't select the Wi-Fi at that point. This is where you're going to select it, and you're going to select it through the app, and that's the big difference. Right now, I can't dial into this or use this, I don't think, through the app. I'm going to try it. I think we have to sign in this way, and the app has to be able to connect through. Right now, we're just using the app for a local look at it. That's what the two are. So you'll have to decide how you're going to do it. They actually recommend using it under these conditions. So I have to have this Ethernet cable plugged in to my modem for this camera to work. Okay, well, I think you'd like this. So try it out. I want to thank you very much for watching my videos.